Hello guys, and welcome to the first round of the Nations Cup. We are here at the Dragon Tail circuit in the Red Bull Junior car, sort of like a Formula car, single seaters, heading into qualifying flat out through turn 1, hard braking down into third, not getting too much on the curbs, so that will unsettle the car quite a bit. Into 6 flat out, braking on the curbs and onto the quicker section, purple through the first sector, little lift to get the car rotated, and then it's flat out all the way to the next corner. Have to overtake someone, hard braking into second, short shifting into third to get the traction out the corner, and if you can get the line right through this box chicane, it's all flat out, taking as much curve as you can. And I'm hoping to do pretty well for this race. My F123 experience will be coming into hand. Racing cars with lots of downforce. We're going to come across the line, it's going to be a 17.6, which is good enough for pole position heading into the race. So heading into the final now, bit of strategy to play into a mandatory tyre change. There we are on pole position in the nice green and blue Red Bull livery designed by yours truly. Anyway, about to get underway here. Just checking the weather. We had the Nürburgring race last week that could have been preparing us for some dynamic weather changes in this race. However, it doesn't look like it. And it's going to be interesting starting from pole, because the first corner is flat out, so it's a long way until the first braking zone. So P2 is going to get a very good slipstream. To get underway, lots of wheel spin to begin with. You can see in the radar, P2 tucked up right behind me. And we get through okay. Now starting on the mediums, which was a bit of a mistake because I hadn't done any practice on these. So I was treating the car like I had the same amount of grip as the soft tyres around this track, which it felt pretty good to start with, and through the fast corners it didn't feel too bad. Felt very similar to the soft tyres. Staying ahead through the first 2 sectors. However, it's all going to come crashing down through the box chicane, the chicane of death. I just understeer into the wall on the exit. Trying to spin around, I couldn't get it done either. It's going to lose even more positions. The car's coming through. Now down in second to last. We do get someone with their penalty. Get past them. Yellow flags up ahead for a car on the left hand side. So now we're going to fight our way back up to the competitive positions for the more points. See, these cars are a bit slow out of the flat out corners. So we're able to get one up into P7. Can we get another? We do manage to dive down the inside and get ahead. Setting purple sectors, which is a good sign. And this time surviving the chicane. Onto lap 3 now. There's a car off the side of the track. Another car quite slowly. So up into P4 now. And still setting purple sectors, so proving that we've got better pace than the leaders, who we'll find out later when they come in for their stop are on soft tyres, so definitely the fastest out on track by quite a margin as well. Getting a bit of a run on P3 out of the chicane. You can see P2 is not too far ahead of him, so we could get both of them here and then be able to chase after the leader in some clean air. Just getting held up a little bit by these guys. Into the chicane. A little bit of contact. We're able to switch back and get the better exit out of the corner. See the first guys coming into the pits there a bit later down. You can see P1 comes in off the soft tyres. It's lasted 9 laps, so that's going to give me some intel into how much I'm going to need to go on these mediums. So now up behind net P2. Faking a dive bomb, he goes a little bit deep, which gives us a good exit. We go side by side now up towards the quick corners. A little bit of contact, a little bit of push and shove for position, but we're the ones who come out ahead, and we're going to extend our stint until the end of lap 12, where, as you can see from that oversteer, it's time to come in to fit a set of soft tyres, and we're going to have to do a little bit of refueling as well, just to make sure we get to the end of the race. So back out in third, and now there's 20 laps to go, so we're going to make these tyres last until about lap 22. We want to make sure we can get to the end on a new set of soft tyres as well. Yellow flags up ahead as the leader, the net leader, is spinning out there, so we've taken pretty much the lead as the current leader is yet to pit. So now we just got to hold this, but as you can see there are yellow flags up ahead again, which is the new leader spinning around. So now we are genuinely in the lead, and we just got to try and pull out a gap big enough to be able to come in and make our pit stop far enough ahead from anyone else. But we've also got to make these soft tyres last. So we're coming on the end of lap 19 now. Still in first place by a fair margin. So doing well. And on to lap 23 now. If you have a look at the tyres, they are pretty much gone. You can see P2 comes in off of the mediums, and he's going to be fitting a soft tyre until the end of the race. and we're hoping to go one more lap so we can push our next set a bit more. However, that left rear, you can see there is no grip left in that whatsoever. There's a close-up on it. The white bars represent pretty much how much grip you've got left, and there's just nothing on the left rear. So every time I'm applying the brakes, the car just has a mind of its own and is spinning around and everything. So is Mr. J here, who's being lapped. Now we're getting passed by the guy who came into the pits at the beginning of this lap. So it's not gone well for the moment. We just got to try and make it back to the pits. Now dropping down to P3, so even further down the grid. And you can see again just the car uncontrollable into any corner. So now just got to get it back on the track and towards the pit lane to get on a set of soft tyres to go to the end. We're going to be able to push these ones a bit more than we did the last ones because we went longer. But we've still got a big gap to make up to the leader. Now down in P7. So a bit of catching up to do now. I'm hopefully clearing most of the cars quite early on in the stint so we can set in some quick, consistent lap times to fight for hopefully the lead after securing pole position. So we've got to run on P6 here. Very late move. Almost thought about going to the left, but ultimately decided to go to the right. And we get ahead. Moving on. P6 there, just leaving the door open. Through we go, setting purple sectors now. Onto the back of P4. Getting a much better run, taking it flat out. And around we go. And then P3 here as well, braking much earlier than I expected him to. Beautiful reaction time to get out of the way. Setting purple laps with only a few to go. And onto the final lap now. We are just under 5 seconds to P2, which is probably out of the question by now. We've put a 6.6 second gap on the car behind already, so we've definitely been pushing the car to its limits lap after lap. Still wringing the neck out of the car. Trying to get as close as I can because the cars ahead could be making mistakes. Helicopter flying overhead, pretty cool. The leader comes across the line, he's finished the race. Getting very close to the wall, way too close there. On the final lap. And it's only going to be P3 after starting from pole. So not really the race we would have wanted, but definitely learning a lot for the next few races to come. So thank you guys for watching, getting on the podium with the fastest lap and pole position. Make sure to stay tuned for the next Nations Cup videos, other rounds and more races from this round, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.